Good evening, everyone. We're now ready to join the Louisville to begin the Louisville press conference. Excuse me. We're joined by Louisville coach Mike Pegues and also student athlete Noah Locke. We'll be joined momentarily by Jarrod West as well. So, Coach, if you want to start us off with an opening statement, then we'll take questions from the media.
Thought our guys did an incredible job of staying with it after a big first half. We get up 27, and it looks like we're going to run away with it. And Georgia Tech does what they've done throughout the year. They fought back. They got back in the game. I thought that their energy superseded ours on the defensive end. Their ball pressure really bothered us, and we gave up some stuff in transition and in the half court with some back cuts that we hadn't given up in the first half, and it allowed them to get back in the game. So credit to them for fighting back, but big credit to my guys for hanging in there, for staying together. As many losses and as much adversity as we've dealt with throughout the year, we could have easily caved and said, well, it was a good ride, but we didn't do that. We chose to fight and compete and hang in and hold on, and I couldn't be more excited about my guys. I told them before the game, I said, hey, you can take the bus ride coming in, to the Barclays Center, and you get on the elevator and they spin you around. I said, a lot of our guys in the back hadn't been here before, and I could hear them chattering. And like, hey, man, that's cool, And I said, I want to do that again. But we can't do that again until we get this one tonight. So credit to those guys for hanging in there and getting a big win against a good team.
If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get a microphone to you. If you have a question via Zoom, please use the raise hand function. We're going to start over here to the right.
Hey, Mike, you alluded to this, but you guys have not been a team that's handled adversity really well in a lot of these games. Mm-hmm. How much do you think maybe that can help you for as long as you're here, just responding to that way tonight? Yeah,
hopefully that serves as it emboldens us, right? And hopefully it gives us even more juice and confidence coming into tomorrow against a really good UVA team that's going to punch us in the mouth at some point. And when they punch us in the mouth, we got to get our hands up and we got to punch back. And hopefully a game like this, just adds to our toughness and our exterior and allows us to continue to compete and get after it regardless of whatever run they may go on. We can't give them the type of run we gave them at home a couple games ago where they go on a 22-3 run. We can't give that up to a really good defensive team. But when they do go on a run, hopefully we'll be reminded of this game here, and we'll stand in and fight and get back in it.
We're going to go to the front left over here to Dan.
Coach, just what you can say about, obviously a unique year this season taking over, just how you feel the team has responded to you over time, and to see the way that they were able to close this one out, just what that means to you this late in the season.
It means a lot. I've said it a ton. Our guys have been through more than any other team in the country, probably more than any other team in the history of Louisville basketball, unprecedented. The things that they've had to deal with. They're young men. We're adults. We can handle some adversity. They don't see as much of it that early in life. This group has seen a lot of it, and it hasn't been fair. But they haven't quit. They've stood in, they fought, and tonight was no different.
There you go, front right.
Mike, maybe I'm wrong, and you can correct me. It seemed like when you guys got the 27-point lead, it was you guys were playing inside the entire time, kicking out for wide open threes, but when Georgia Tech started making that run, felt like you guys kind of got away from that just a little bit. Did you see the same thing, and is it good to learn in a win rather than oftentimes you guys have had to learn in a loss this year?
Yeah, again, I thought Georgia Tech started to extend their pressure. If you noticed in the second half, we were running our offense near half court. They really got into the ball. They made passing the ball from point A to point B tough. They made handling the ball in the half court really tough. They just dramatically picked up their energy and their effort on the defensive end, and we were on our heels. And so because we were on our heels, we couldn't really get the ball in the paint. We couldn't, play inside-outside basketball like we had played throughout most of the first half.
We're going to go to Ken.
Coaches, given kind of what you said about this team and learning how to fight through adversity, when Georgia Tech was coming back, kind of what was your confidence level that I think we'll be able to kind of pull ourselves out of this?
Well, I haven't done this a ton. Obviously an interim head coach and don't have a lot of experience at it, but, I played pretty big-time basketball in my estimation, and I've coached for long enough to realize that when things get tough, you can either permeate panic or you can permeate calm, right? And I obviously want to permeate calm and let our guys know that we're fine and we have to stay stable and locked in and get back to the basics. And they did a great job of accepting that message and handling themselves on the court. And these two guys here, in particular Jay West, made some really big shots down the stretch to, plug that hole. And, Georgia Tech, again, is fighting back, and we're not running the best offense, but Jay West steps up and hits 2 critical threes.
We're going to go to the right side of the room.
Hey, Jared, to Coach's point there, those are tough shots, and if you miss those shots, they've really got a lot of momentum going. What's going through your mind when you let go of those?
I was feeling good, man. I'm not going to lie. The game got tight, obviously a lot tighter than what we wanted it to be. They were making a run. I think playing in as many games as I have, it's crazy, but things like that happen, and I feel like I was pretty composed, and I stayed in the moment, and I was pretty focused on what was going on right now, and just trying to keep a level head, but maintaining my confidence, really. And, we hadn't scored in a while, so I was just taking those shots with confidence, man. I felt good throughout the game. My shot was feeling good. I felt like I had those opportunities down the stretch to kind of stabilize our team, and, I was confident in that and believe in myself, so I just knocked them down.
We're going to go back to the right side of our room.
A question for Mike and then Noah. Just seeing the bench and seeing the reaction, obviously you knew that the seniors were going to play for a lot because they want to keep the season going, but just how nice was it to see everyone had that type of energy, and even if they weren't playing, they were still into the game?
Yeah, I thought our bench was tremendous. I walked up and down the sideline a couple times, and all I ever saw was guys standing up and cheering. In fact, the referees had to tell us a couple times that we had to sit down, and Jalen's over there hurt, and guys who hadn't got in the game were just jubilant and excited. Every time we make a play, encouraging their teammates to hang in there and stay with it on their run. And so it was awesome. We're going to need that same type of energy tomorrow as well.
Noah, could you take that also?
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much what Coach said. I mean, I felt like it helped us out a lot on the floor. Just knowing that our teammates got our back, and they gave us a lot of energy out there. I mean, we went on that run, and even when we were going down, I mean, we got into the huddle. Guys were making sure that we were staying on our P's and Q's, and I mean, we ended up sticking it out with them on the bench, making sure that we was good.
We're going to go to the middle of the room here.
Coach, you guys fell behind 9-3 early at the first media timeout. I think you went on a 17-4 run after that. What was the adjustments there? It seemed like your offense started clicking and you guys were more in sync, whereas it looked really out of phase in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I thought Kyle's third event for them really got off to a really fast start. I think he scored the first 7 of their 9. I forget the kid's name who made the second, the other bucket, but Sturdivant got him off to a great start. He made some tough shots on Jay West, and Jay West is one of the best defenders in the ACC. He earned those baskets, right? The other kid makes a layup over a contested hand, and so I thought our defense was solid. They just made some tough shots, but then we actually started to get some stops, all right? We got into the ball even more, and that created more opportunities for us to get out in transition and get the ball in the paint on offense, and we really got going on that end of the floor. But it starts with our defense.
Front right.
Mike, Jared's a young man who has put out the effort each and every day throughout the entire season. To see him have this kind of a moment in this kind of a game for you guys, what does it mean for you as his coach?
I'm thrilled for him. I know that Jared's been a big-time three-point shooter his entire career. He hadn't shot the ball the way I'm sure he would have liked throughout the season, but he's made some huge shots for us. I go back to the Bahamas against Maryland. He knocks down a huge three, in a similar situation where Maryland's storming back, and he staves them off and secures a win for us. He's made big shots, like he said, in his career. I'm so thrilled that he doesn't care about the numbers. He just understands who he is as a player. Same with this guy, Noah Locke. Like, they know who they are. They've been big-time shooters and big-time scorers throughout their career. So regardless of what the numbers may have said, like, in those moments, they're ready. They've been there before, and we're going to need a lot more of that.
We're going to go to the right side of the room here.
Hey, Coach. Of course, you guys lost to Virginia, looking ahead to tomorrow twice during the regular season. Just what did you learn from those games that you could take into the game tomorrow to try and come out with a win?
UVA is a tough team. I mean, they have a championship pedigree, obviously national championship coach and national championship point guard. They expect to win. They prepare to win. They make things really tough for you on the offensive end because of the way they guard and crowd the lane and keep the ball out of the paint. Offensively, their continuity is tough to guard. They keep you moving, keep you fighting through screens. But we know them well. Again, like you said, we've lost to them twice, and what I would say are relatively close games. We're in the game. It's not like we get blown out. We're in the game. And, at times throughout the game, we just have some lulls on the offensive end that affect us on the defensive end, and we can't have those moments tomorrow night if we expect to win.
We're going to go to Ken.
Jarrod, I want to ask you a question about your defense of Michael Devoe. I thought really, particularly in the first half, you did a good job getting into him and causing problems. What was your kind of objective, and could you sense a little bit his frustration and not getting to the shots he wanted?
Yeah, Devoe's obviously a really good player, really experienced in the ACC. I think he's averaging like 19 points a game. So he's a good player, man. You know, for me, I just try to make the game hard for him, you know, be physical with him off the ball. They run that Princeton-style offense where he uses a lot of screens or even sets a lot of screens that still get him open. And, you know, he does back cuts and things like that. So it's tough sometimes, but, you know, for me, I just try to stay attached, make the game hard for him, get to his body, play him physical. And when he has the ball, I try to get under him, you know, make it hard for him, make him have to watch his dribble and be more focused on me than surveying the floor. So, honestly, I feel like a lot of his points in the second half kind of came in transition or from the free throw line. I feel like in the half court, our team defense on him, not just me, but as a team, I thought we did a really good job of understanding the game plan and doing our principles the right way. And, you know, I take pride in my matchup, so at the end of the day, that's something that I like to do. So if I got to guard the opposing team's best guard or whoever it is for every game, that's what I'm going to do.
Time for one or two more questions. We're going to go to the front right here.
Jarrod, you guys have been faced – we've talked so much about adversity this season. You faced so much of it in games, and you guys haven't always responded. What do you hope it does for you to get pushed a little tonight and react the way you guys did? Yeah, I think it you know, reminds us that we can do it, you know, that we can get through those tough moments, you know. I think we maybe got up 30. I can't remember. And I don't remember exactly what the run was that they went on, but I think it got to 6. And, you know, that's things like that, you know, that it can make a team tight or crumble, you know. And we got a lot of old guys on our team, and a lot of them were on the floor tonight at the end of the game that have been through a lot. And I think it just, you know, gives us that confidence and that belief that we can push through the adversity that we've been through, and that even when we face it going forward in games that we can push through it as well. And I thought we did a really good job of finishing the game and responding the way that we did.
Our last question right here in front.
Yeah, actually for all three of you, if you don't mind. You know, the last couple weeks of the season, Malik has had his issues, but tonight you guys were going through Malik. He was kind of directing traffic. He just seemed like a completely different player. Did you guys notice the same thing, and what do you think has gone into that change?
Yeah, I'll answer that. I thought he was phenomenal tonight. I really did. You know, Malik has obviously had his ups and downs throughout the season, but, you know, he's a veteran. He's a captain. He's a guy who's been out there, you know, to Jay West's point about older guys being in the game, at the end of the game, making pivotal plays for us. Malik's a big part of that. He goes for 14 and 10, gets a double-double. His poised at the end of the game, you know, really helps us secure some big-time rebounds at the end of the game. He's a guy who has to play well for us in order to compete and do something special here and beat UVA tomorrow. He's got to be a big part of that. And when he's invested and locked in the way that he was tonight, we're a different team.
Noah, do you also want to take that question?
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, I feel like he played like really well tonight. I mean, you know, through all the stuff that, you know, he's went through and all of our team went through. I mean, I feel like, you know, he came into it as it's a new season. It's a new start for everybody. I feel like everyone came in with that mindset. And, I mean, I feel like we just got to continue to play that way and come out with some more wins.
Perfect. Thanks so much, guys, and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.